Hey, what's going on, my fellow collectors? Tonight I'm looking at the X-Men Marvel Legends Cyclops from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. Very excited to have this Cyclops, just like I'm sure all the other Marvel Legends fans are. It's great that we finally get a updated Jim Lee version of Cyclops, because this is my favorite Cyclops. I mean, this is what I remember growing up. This is my favorite outfit for Cyclops. But looking at the box really quick, it's your standard Marvel Legends. You get the nice big open window, you have the yellow background, you have Legends series up here, X-Men, Marvel Cyclops written down the bottom. Top you got the X logo. On the side you got a really cool picture of Cyclops. The other side you get the exact same picture. On the bottom you have the barcode. On the back you got the cool promotional pictures. It says Marvel Cyclops, and it has a bit of a read up or a bio up in the corner, and then you get this really cool picture of all the other characters in the wave, and a picture of the Warlock, which is the Build-A-Figure of the wave. But that is the box. Let's take a look at this awesome Cyclops. Now, starting off with this figure, the first thing that you are going to notice that really annoys you is that all of these parts on him are loose, and they fall and they fall and they're all over the place. So that's the first thing about this figure that's really going to bug you when you get it. Now, that's something that, you know, you could technically just, you know, glue these in place, which I've been saying I've been going to do for a long time now, but haven't got around to it yet. But I mean, when you really forcing them up, still just the slightest touch and they just come falling down. But whatever, looking at the head sculpt here, very impressed with the head sculpt. Very nice job what Hasbro did with this head sculpt. It's just absolutely great. I love it. I love the hair. Get a little subtle, you know, black wash throughout his hair, but nice sculpt all throughout the hair. Then of course the face is done well. Nice paint for the you know, his little blast glasses. Very cool. Very nice head sculpt. And the body that they used is good for, you know, Cyclops. He's a little bit on the thin side, but they made him kind of bulky and muscular. But just a lot of sculpt all throughout this body. Really nice. Those things falling all over the place. And you do get a hole in the back. But yeah, very cool figure, and he gets some pretty good articulation. You do have a hinge, which gives him, I mean, straight up. He can look straight up. He can bury his chin into his chest. You get a tiny little bit of pivot, tiny bit. Of course, you get full rotation. His arms have a hinge and swivel, and they will hinge up to about pretty much like horizontal, swivel all the way around. You do have a bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows, which work pretty well. Really come up about that much. His hands do swivel and hinge. You do get a cut in the torso to give him that, you know, crunch, but he gets about one crunch forward, and he gets a little bit back. And of course, this is a floating piece, which again, you know, really is like not done very well. I mean, for it to really sit on him properly, it brings the belt way down too far, and it does have a little peg that pegs in the back, so that's kind of always coming apart depending on how you pose the figure. But back to articulation, he does have a swivel at his waist. The legs do come out about that much. Kick forward that much, which is good. kick back a little bit. You do have a cut right under these things that give you an upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees work really well. You do get a upper, shin rotation, or the top of the boot rotation, whatever, which again are, they are hidden by these things. And then down the bottom here you get a hinge. Bring the foot back that far, up that far, and of course you do get a pin for a little bit of a rocker. But I mean, overall, very, very nice Cyclops figure. Definitely one that I think a lot of us are excited to have. I mean, besides a couple of issues, one, you get nothing with them. I mean, all you get is the, Build-A-Figure piece, no other accessories. I mean, it would have been great to have some kind of blast effect, that we could put onto his eyes, or just something, some alternate hands. But, we don't get anything with them. These right here are a little frustrating, but I mean, it is fixable. And of course, this part here, not really lining up, and but it's all fixable. I mean, you could technically cut that, bring this down a little bit, but it's still gonna, be in the way when you go to articulate, so it's not that big a deal. But I mean, overall, it's a great addition to the collection. Definitely glad to have, this style Cyclops. Giving a height measurement, he is just a tiny little bit over 6 inches, top of his, the top of his head. And for a little comparison with your other Marvel Legends, so you can see the height difference between some of the other Marvel Legends. So he's going to look good on the shelf. And as far as a 7-inch scale NECA, so you can see how he's going to line up. He's going to fit in great with your other Marvel Legends, of course. He's a little bit smaller than your, 7-inch NECA figure. But yeah, guys, that is the Marvel Legends Cyclops review. Definitely a good figure. I mean, if you see him, definitely pick him up because you're going to love it. And I'll see you guys on the next figure review. Take care.